Okay, we are still sniper school day 5, day 245 overall. Uh, just finished, hopefully, putting one of my sellers in contract. Hope got a super low ball offer, but my seller's accepting it. In all honesty, they've owned the house for 2 years, almost to the day. They're getting 36% return, over 100,000 more than they paid for it. Uh, they paid in the neighborhood of 3 for it, and they're getting 4 something for it. So in the good old days, that would have been great. It's just that the way things were, it's just 6 months too late. Timing, timing, timing. Dropped by a uh, past client's house because it was like 2 minutes away. Every time I'm in that area, I felt guilty as hell for not dropping by. So today I dropped by and I made, man, I should have done something on that so you could see it. It's marveled. It's wood, with the bark still on it, and I lasered in her wedding photo. So I'm hoping she likes that. So I just took that over. They weren't there, so I just left it on the front porch. And or at least they didn't answer. There was a car in the driveway. So I took a picture of it and I just sent it to her on Facebook so she knows who sent it to her. I don't want to have one of those, ooh, where did this come from? There's somebody taking credit for my work, because people charge like $80 for those damn things on Etsy. Uh, Flew the drone this morning. It's actually pretty cool, really neat. Got everything going. Only thing I am seeing as a weakness. Okay, the battery, they tell you lasts 18 minutes. Let's be honest, you're going to get 12 to 15 a good flight out of it. So here's the thing. Before I left to go talk to my client, the seller, I put this on the charger. As you can see, it ain't charged yet. And I drove all the way to the other side of town, sat at a kitchen table, drove to another person's house, came here, copied the contract so I could send it off because we didn't do it electronically. This thing is still charging. 15 minutes. That's like waiting for a woman forever and ever. It's like that Eddie Murphy thing, Those got to be Ritz crackers. So if you're doing something serious, you're going to have to get the Fly More package. I'm sorry, 2 or 3 hours for 15 minutes? No, it's been more than that. Let me see. I put this on here on... That's been about 2 hours. Okay. 2 hours for 15 minutes? I don't know about you fellas, but I don't feel that's worth it. Flying was actually pretty cool. You got to just get used to, the movements of everything on the... Where's the controller? I brought that damn... Oh, there it is. Just got to get used to the controller. It's not like this. It's like this to turn. You got to really pull your arm up to go up and down to go down. Here's the issue I see with this. There's some moves you're not going to be able to perform with this that you probably need to make. And I don't know if... they need to come up with something where you can like do some kind of maneuver with the buttons to do these. Like, here's a perfect example. You can't go side to side. There are shots that you're going to have to make. I know this is an FPV drone and some guys buy these things to race and all this stuff. The reason I bought it was for photography. And all the things I can see you can do with this that you wouldn't be able to do with any other drone. And I'm pretty sure if I got the little remote, I can do that stuff. But they don't include the remote in the package. It's kind of like a review I saw on YouTube the other day. It's like, it would have been nice to have a package with the remote. So now, in reality, I got to go buy the remote. And can I pair them at the same time and do the stuff I need the remote to? It's all kinds of little things because, like I said, I need to be able to go side to side. If I'm showing a kitchen, I want to be able to pan the kitchen. I have another one. I can't back up using this thing. We all know drones back up. We also know that drones will do a pirouette around something. I can't pirouette with this thing that I have figured out yet. So those are some real weaknesses. This is just great if you were like just flying around, but you know, to side, pirouettes, just plain backing up, just basic drone stuff. This controller ain't doing. So now I got to decide, do I get the Fly More package? Because 15 minutes ain't enough. It is not enough. 12 to 15 minutes is not enough. It could be, but what if I had, I wanted to go do multiple houses, you know, in one day? I have to have the Fly More kit. That's about it as far as impressions. Took me a minute to get it set up. But once it was done, I was able to like fly a little bit just around the room here. It does fly nice around the house. There are some issues I see with moves that I would like to make. Again, these are probably going to require the other controller, another $199. So like, here's a perfect one that you can do. Like I did it where I flew up the stairs. Cool, right? That's like I'm walking up the stairs, got nice and smooth. But I have a question. What happens when you have that nice open area where you can go like, ooh, to the second floor? Zzz. I can't do that with this thing because in order to climb, you got to pull the stick all the way back up to a little up arrow thing, push, then it'll go up. But it's like, I want to be able to photograph this thing here, the ascent or the descent. So I can't do that right now with this. So they are forcing, again, I wish they had just included the damn thing in the package. Why don't you just include the damn thing in the package? Makes more sense than just doing this. Because, yeah, I mean, even the basic package doesn't come with the one for $698 or whatever it is. It doesn't come with any controller. Then the next one is this controller and the old DJI goggles. And this package is the new ones with the controller. That controller, I can see already. If you're using this for photography, you need it. It's like as part of the thing, I did a fake roof inspection for the roof because I was out flying, just see if there were any cracks or anything in the tiles. And it's like you can just see, like you really need to be able to pan down, have the camera down, and being able to move from side to side or forward and back. I think I've done enough on that. Here's another one that is strange as hell. This thing is loud. I mean, louder than you expect, because like with my S2, I can fly that thing a few feet away. I barely hear it. If I'm flying it over the house, I mean, I heard it no matter where I was at, and I flew like halfway down. I could hear that damn thing halfway down the block. It is a super high-pitched sound. Because, the reason I bought this is like the very first thing they talked about was flying indoors and the bumpers and how it'll fall over, and it's got the turtle mode. By the way, I don't see any way to operate the turtle mode from this thing, so I'm trying to figure that out. So maybe, because they got a little 5-part, 6-part, whatever school that you can go to. So maybe there's something I'll pick up going through that if I have enough time this weekend. So overall, I am a little impressed. For my needs, it can do some of the things, but they're just basic photography stuff that you won't be able to do with this. And they need to have a photographer's package, because I need to be able to back up. I need to be able to go from side to side, up and down, looking at a particular thing. Things I could do with my S2. But, it's not really made to fly in the house, even though I could fly it in the house. And I could put the propped guards on it and everything. But, man, I'm serious. About the only thing I can say is I don't think this had as much of a downwash as the S2. But, yeah. So right now, I'm going to say it's kind of worth it with some caveats. I still would have liked, even though, with the S2, if you got using the sensors, it ain't great because, you got to be 4 or 5 feet from a damn wall and all this stupid stuff. And you wouldn't be able to split stuff. But I would love for this especially for a beginner mode where this had some sensors other than the down sensor here, because I see things I can do with that. And I also got to figure out, I got to weigh it with the battery and everything. Does this fit into the category where I don't have to register with the FAA? It's so new that I've not seen a single video on whether it needs to be registered with the FAA or not. So I got to go weigh the damn thing, see if it fits into the parameters instead of them telling me. And here's another one. You know, those of you who are drone enthusiasts know that you're required to have your FAA number on here when you register with the FAA. Only place I can see here that you could possibly do it is maybe a little tiny one right here, or just put it in the battery compartment if it's lost or something, or if you get ramp checked by the FAA. I've been ramp checked in a real airplane by the FAA, by the way. And you know, you gotta go, oh no, I got it. Pull the battery out, because this is where the battery goes. Oh, there we go. See, I got the FAA number inside if something had happened. So it's just little stuff like that. And the other thing, I don't know if it can legally almost be flown because there are no lights. If you notice, every other drone has some kind of lights on it for positioning and warning and everything else. There's 0 lights on this thing. So I have to check to see if it's even, I mean, I know it has to be legal to fly, but that's something, I don't know. I think the lights may have been more for positioning than anything else. So you can kind of like look up and see this one's red, this one's green maybe. And if it's FPV, you can kind of find your way. Oh, here's another weakness. I think, I don't know if it's a weakness really, but remember, this thing has like a 5-mile freaking range. Like it could really go 5 miles because it's a 12 to 15 minute battery. So in theory, communism works in theory, you know, which is strange because it's using the same Fly app. Why isn't there a map there that tells me kind of my positioning? Like if I got lost, I'd like to be able to find my way back. And I'm still trying to figure out the head tracking movements and shit. So that's my review on that today. Other things going on. Just put together a new table for the heat press. At least my wife did. And I'm going to start organizing the laser room a little bit more. I want to get that good and ready because, like, I want to know where everything is, be able to create what I need to give out to clients and stuff. And if she wants to start an Etsy shop, see, that's the thing I don't understand about some people. They talk shit about what they want and what they want and what they want. You give them resources. I got a damn good, two lasers in there, 3 lasers actually, because the Mr. Carve M3. I got the D1 Pro with the extension kit, and I have an M1. Oh, speaking of the M1, before I get too into this, for those who don't know, it only happened last night. I'm extremely pissed with xTool right now. It seems to be I'm pissed with everybody, but they're announcing something new for the M1 next week. And in my opinion, it's almost a half game changer. Here's the thing. You're coming out with some new shit every other week. Give us a map where we can figure out what you're putting out, because people may not want to buy something now when they can wait a month to get it. I mean, something else. Perfect example, what's coming out next week is they're coming out with air assist. Oh, that's a great thing to have on the M1. But what happens next when they come out with a 20 watt? Now, they've already claimed they can't do a 20 watt claim. Then what happens when they come out with it? What happens when they figure a way to put an IR laser? I mean, with the way the damn thing is made, technically you could put a 20 watt with an IR laser with the cutting machine in the same damn head because of the way it moves around. What happens when they do that? There's some people who will wait for that. I mean, wouldn't you rather have a 20 watt with IR built in? They can both be in the same thing. People put them apart to sell you more shit. With the cutter, like the M1, you got the ultimate crafting machine. And now with the air assist, damn. So they didn't scant me now. Although in reality, I got, I I've taken a hit on this sale if it goes through and goes into contract, because I had to offer more on the buy side just to try to get it done, because it's just so hard to get a buyer right now. So I may have the money, but instead of when this started off making 10 grand, I'm gonna make 8 grand, whatever. Shoot, hold on, let me figure this out, because I even gave them a slightly discounted rate, and then I had to give up a little bit of mine. So if we had sold it for the original price, and I didn't have to up the commission on the other side, even though, was kind of normal commission at that time. Now I'm giving that bigger commission to try to attract buyers agents. I was going to make $11,750. Now, with the price it's going to be, and me taking an even more reduced commission, $8,200. So $3,500 hit. I don't, like I said, I don't need the money, but that $3,500 would have paid for this drone, would have paid for whatever upgrade xTool is coming out with next week. They better not charge too much for it. I already see a problem, because what xTool did, I'm looking at the thing for the preview for it coming up. It uses the same pump as the D1, which really is just a fish pump. Why? I mean, I'm willing to bet they're not going to sell it without that damn pump. They're not going to sell the part, because the part actually raises the M1 up. I guarantee you, as sure as God made little green apples, my company commander used to say that when I was in boot camp at Great Lakes, they're going to make it where you have to buy that damn thing again. So now I'm going to end up with 2 DA2 Pros when the damn thing would have worked. They claimed that it was different. It was easy to see as soon as they got here that, oh, it's just the same. Yeah. So I'm going to end up with 2 damn pumps, 2 DA2 Pros. About the only thing I could do. Now I got to go find somebody to give the Mr. Carve to, and then I got the Wayne Lux L3 I got to worry about that being worked on. Hopefully she got it fixed, or her husband got it fixed. Then I can, so now I'm going to have even another laser. That's the problem with Kickstarter. Something should have came out last year. We get it 8-9 months later. By that time, all kinds of new crap came out. Anyway, I'm talking too much. I'm ranting. I know this is a rant channel, if anybody cares. But you got my reviews of what I think of the thing, the DJI Avata, my impressions of xTool and the shit they're pulling. Because I'm sorry, coming out with new shit every 2 weeks and then not announcing until you get enough stuff on one thing. I mean, it's just, you knew what you had. People may not have done something if they knew something was coming out. If you're working on a 20 watt for that damn thing, even if it's in the development phases, let me know. If you're working on an IR, let me know. Don't come out with a 20 watt, 2 months from now. Come out with an IR 2 months after that, and then come out with a dual head 3 months later. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, see you guys.